A history trip turns into a civics lesson for some students up in Madison. The junior class history trip is a 20-year tradition at Madison Academy. But as Fox 17's Erika Lathon shows us, this year the government shutdown resulted in a big letdown for students.
So the last one? That's it.
After a week-long trip, Madison Academy students are back home, but things didn't go exactly as planned.
A few of our places weren't available to us because of the government shutdown, but you know, we got to see it from a distance, which was a little bit disheartening.
For 20 years, juniors have been taking the trip to see landmarks in American history, but this year's government shutdown closed places like Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell.
We had just been studying the Constitutional Convention, so we didn't get to exactly live out what we had been studying, so we were kind of disappointed not to be able to go inside.
Matthew Davis wanted to board the USS Constitution in Charleston, but Old Ironside's also off limits.
We were excited to see it and a little disappointed that we were held up at a gate about a block away. So we got to see it at a distance, but our pictures were taken through a fence.
It wasn't history as planned, but it was still educational.
Several students were asking, you know, why can't we get, you know, on board the USS Constitution or go into Independence Hall? And so we got the chance to explain, you know, what's going on in Congress, and you know, they're in U.S. history class, but they got a little extra dose of government.
And so they were able to actually see it from both sides, the historical part and then live and up close what's happening today.
And the class did enjoy some extra perks.
We got to circle around the Lady Liberty, which we normally don't get to do. And then we got to spend a little bit extra time in New York shopping.
While not the traditional class trip, it's one these students won't forget.
It was definitely something that doesn't happen too often, so it's definitely something that we experienced in our history firsthand while we were there.
Erika Lathon, Fox 17 News.
Well, sounds like they had a pretty good time. In fact, Madison Academy students and teachers say, despite the government shutdown, they still had a wonderful time on that trip.